Welcome to this week's Rise with Michelle, Stronger Than You Think, Finding the Lesson in What Tried to Break You. Have you ever gone through something that made you question if you'd ever be the same again? The kind of pain that strips you bare, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, until you're staring at what's left, wondering how will I ever rebuild? I know that place, and I just want to start by reminding you of something very simple. You are stronger than you think. But strength doesn't come from what you lift, it comes from what you actually release. It comes from learning to see the lesson and what tried to break you, and allowing that pain to teach you who you really are beneath the stories that held you bound. Before we rise, we all move through soil, stories of illusion and limitation. These are the subconscious narratives that are buried deep inside us, the ones that whisper when no one's around to hear. I'm tired of being the one who always holds it together. I'm exhausted from pretending I'm okay every day. I want to believe there's more to me than this pain. I don't know how to stop surviving. I just want to feel like myself again. Sound familiar? They hide beneath the surface of our busyness and our healing routines. They drive the exhaustion, the overthinking, the constant reaching for something to fix what we can't quite name. And until we bring them into the light, they quietly run the show, shaping our choices, our bodies, our relationships, even our faith. And that's why the real work isn't just physical, it's subconscious. It's identity level. It's remembering who you are beneath the story you've been taught to carry. We don't consciously choose these thoughts, they were planted long ago through pain, comparison, trauma, drama, expectation, generational. And over time, they became the soil we grew from. And as I've mentioned before, just like the lotus, your bloom requires movement through the mud. You can't bypass the soil. You have to loosen it. You have to see what's been buried there. The beliefs that kept you small, the identities that told you survival was the same as living. That's the work of subconscious healing, to rewrite, rewire, and retrain the stories written beneath the surface. Because until you address what's buried, you'll keep building your life from it. When your health collapses, or your heart is broken, or you lose hope, you don't just lose energy, you're losing your identity. You wake up in a body or a life that doesn't feel like yours anymore. And everywhere you turn, people have answers. Just do this cleanse, try this supplement, think more positive thoughts. How can you be sick? You can be cured. Take this antibiotic. The list goes on. And if you're honest, you probably have your own list. But the deeper truth is this: no one can fix what you're unwilling to face. Because the real work isn't in the protocols or the next best thing or the next best fix. It's the stuck emotions, the repeated patterns, the memories that replay when life gets quiet. And the only way to begin loosening the soil is to go inward, to face the stories of illusion and limitation that keep you bound, and to begin restructuring the identity that grew from them. That's where healing actually begins. When you stop outsourcing your becoming and start reclaiming your power to choose again, you begin to rewrite the narrative. You retrain your nervous system to integrate the old stories and anchor into a new emotional reality. You stop waiting to feel ready and start practicing who you're becoming. You be it until you see it, act it, think it, choose it, feel it. That's what real strength looks like. It's not loud, it's not performative, it's quiet, grounded, rooted. Strength is learning to breathe deeper when your chest tightens, to rest when your body begs for it, to say no without guilt, to grieve what was and still choose what can be. Because the life you're rebuilding isn't about finding joy all the time. It's about creating fulfillment, a rhythm that feels aligned with who you're becoming, not who you were forced to be. And that's how I found a different kind of healing, not just in my body, but in my identity. We don't chase surface level change. We work in the subconscious. That's where it is. That's where your identity lives. Several of them, because that's where the transformation sticks. You take back your voice from the stories of illusion and limitation that shaped you. You begin to see your own light again, realizing your journey isn't a setback, it's an initiation. You build internal safety through small, daily actions that align your mind, body, and spirit. You rise as the person who no longer needs to prove anything because you already are. And what's beautiful about this process is that you start to notice miracles in the small things. Maybe it's a clearer thought, a regulated breath, a peaceful boundary. The world outside hasn't changed, but you have changed because when you shift the inner story, the outer story follows. So I want to ask you, what's trying to teach you right now? Maybe your body's asking for rest. Maybe your spirit is asking for release. Maybe your mind is asking you to stop performing strength and start embodying it. Whatever it is, just be still and listen. The pain isn't here to cause punishment. It's information. It's an invitation to go deeper. And sometimes what feels like breaking is actually your breakthrough in disguise. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be willing to look at what's been buried and let it rise to the surface. And that's where transformation begins. That's where you realize you were never broken. Here are 3 questions for your journal today. What is life trying to teach me through this struggle? What belief or story in my soil am I ready to loosen? How can I respond differently this week, not from fear, but from faith in my own inner strength? Write it down, feel it, let it move through you. Because the lesson that tried to break you might just be what's building you. I'm so excited to share with you today that the R.I.S.E Tribe All Access community is now open. It's a space designed for those ready to do this work on a subconscious level, reclaiming their stories and rising together. And that's exactly why I created the R.I.S.E Tribe All Access community. Because healing isn't meant to happen in isolation. This is a space for those ready to go beneath the surface, to do the real subconscious work of identity restructuring, and to rise from the inside out. Inside the R.I.S.E Tribe All Access, you're going to get access to the following things. We're going to have weekly teachings. We're also going to use powerful tools created by Dr. Jay Tita of Next Level Human. We're going to do Beep, Deep, and Brain sessions. He created these modalities to help people reach the subconscious layers where real transformation happens. I've trained extensively in these methods, and now I can integrate them into my coaching to help you. Beep, which is breath-enhanced emotional processing. We're going to use intentional breath work to release stored emotions from the nervous system. We're going to do deep sessions, depth-enhanced emotional processing, a guided journey to uncover and integrate the unconscious stories shaping your identity. We will also have some belief repatterning and neuroplasticity sessions. These are tools. They help to break the unconscious loops of soil or mud so you can step into the reality that is waiting to rise. They're going to be used as practices to help you rewrite and to rewire and retrain your emotional blueprint, integrate your story, and bring your nervous system back into alignment. These are the same methods that helped me move from survival to purpose. And now I'm teaching them so you can experience that shift too. There will also be guided meditations and other breath work designed to retrain your mind and spirit toward presence and alignment. You will be invited to a private community where you don't have to pretend you're fine, where you're seen, supported, and rising with others doing the work too. You'll have full access to the R.I.S.E framework, tools and teachings built to help you reclaim, inspire, strengthen, and empower every part of who you are. I know how isolating this work can feel, the subconscious stories, the identity shifts, the slow, sometimes invisible progress. I want you to know you don't have to do it alone. And that's why I created the R.I.S E Tribe All Access, not as another program to just fix you, but as a space where you're supported as you rewrite, rewire, and retrain your story. And I would love to walk this journey with you, to hold space as you loosen the soil of your old stories, to see you reclaim your voice and your rhythm, to celebrate your small, quiet victories that no one else sees. If you're ready to stop waiting to be rescued and start building from the inside out, this is your invitation. Let's rise together. If today's message spoke to you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this reminder. You can subscribe to my Substack under Michelle L. Potter. Of course, Instagram and Facebook at Naturally Thriving with Michelle. You can get a copy of From Hell to Rebirth at my website, Naturally Thriving with Michelle. As always, see you next week, same space, same heart. Until then, keep rising. We're not broken. We're in the in-between and still rising.